Welcome back to Wilde Speculations. I'm Daniel.
I'm Scott.
This week we talk about Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 93, Misery Loves Company.
Yes.
Love this title.
It was good.
Yeah. I so want to talk about the end at the beginning, but we should, I guess, stick with format and start at the beginning. And
Yes.
we start off with them leaving the Lionett household
Mm-hmm.
and exploring Beau's past, her haunts.
Yes.
Well, haunt, as that's the only thing in town to do.
Her cheers.
Yes. Only it seems more like Beau's.
Yeah.
And we explore the privy and
Yes. Ford and Jester alone time.
yeah, Forrester. Every time it seems more and more forced.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's my wishful thinking, I don't know. But I also, from this scene, got what I wanted. Well, I half got what I wanted. From the old man, because I've said, I want them to not be acknowledged, and Taliesin is the one that said, well, maybe he's not a grandpa.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Yeah. And I love being someone who grew up in mortuaries and stuff. I love, Cat's background, and they ask him if he's good with a shovel. And he's like, yeah.
Excitedly, oh yeah.
Dig your grave. Been there.
Yep. You can dig a grave, you can shovel shit.
Pretty much.
Why is everything in this place about poop?
Yeah. And we get a unique use of monk abilities. I'm immune to poison disease. I'll take the mattress.
Yes. I've also seen that used with paladins.
Yeah.
Similar case. Although in that player's case, he was trying to sleep around with every person he could in every town they went to. Like, well, I'm immune to poison and disease now. Okay. So on my first watch, I was completely thrown by Beau's offer at the end. But on my rewatch, I think the seeds for it are sown in that tavern.
Yeah.
Especially when she mentions it was right out back that I got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that her lover at the time took the fall for that.
Yep.
And presumably is still doing time.
Yes, she is.
So I think that was in Beau's mind when they went to talk to the hag.
Okay.
We got a joke out of Yasha.
Yeah.
Usually they don't offer their names till the morning after. She's like, no, I'm joking. And a little bit of projection from Beau. Yasha fucks. No, I don't think she does. So yeah. But they very quickly get on the road.
Yep.
And I would like to claim a half right.
Okay.
On the journey there, because I said they would face a challenge or a worthy prove their worthy challenge.
Yeah.
But I also said they would be over and done before the break. with the hag.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think it would take that long to get there. And in my defense, the first part of the episode with them in the tavern was quite a long time.
Yeah, that was quite a long time. And then there was, of course,
and the break was late.
Yeah, and before they set out the commune for the traveler.
Yes.
That was great. For many reasons.
Yes. And the first major step on the episode for Laura's MVP.
Yes.
We get Matt saying everyone else sees the traveler.
Yeah, the green cloak.
And Marisha clarified, I've seen him before, right?
Yep.
And
with the knoll.
Yep. And Matt's like, yes. And she's like, okay. But I loved everyone's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
When Matt's like, yeah, you guys see this thing come out of it? And everyone's like...
Yeah, and Travis immediately, divine sense.
Yeah.
My new paladin abilities.
So great. Because Matt's like, celestial, fiend, undead? Yeah, you don't sense anything. And Travis is like, or anything affected by the hollow spell.
Whatever that is.
And I went...
Yep.
And Matt said, okay, let me check the spell. Looks it up. Okay, no, you do sense something. And I was like, yes.
Yep. Because he sensed Artigan.
Yeah. Well, Fae. Because Fae is the other type that Hollow affects. That the first part of that doesn't cover. But Matt was also sort of tricksy in how he said that.
Yeah.
Because Divine Sense doesn't say you sense Fae. Just that, so he sort of covered himself there and didn't give it away that the Traveler is Fae.
Yeah. Because that reveals coming to TravelerCon.
Well, TravelerCon may be his change of state.
Yeah.
From Fae to Celestial. So, yeah, so good. And, again, the weird ways of foreshadowing that end up happening in the show. That scene was foreshadowing for what was to come later. When the Traveler is like, yeah, bye. She's like, oh, man! And then her going back and forth. No, don't answer that one.
Yeah.
And
of course, it led to the not in Ford debate over mystery.
Yes.
Which, as Ford is talking and saying how he's not about mystery and he likes straightforward delivery, I'm like, you hypocritical. Well, you spent half the campaign hiding who you are. What do you mean you respect straightforward delivery?
Well, that's why he liked Avantika, I think. Because she was. I mean, we often seek the opposite of us. You know? So. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite recent interactions between Ford and Knott.
Yeah.
Just because it was ribbing without... It got everyone involved also, which I think is why I like it.
Yeah.
More than, say, when they were at Essex Tower.
You were definitely better looking when you were, all mysterious and worshiping a sea god.
Some strange evil sea god. Yeah.
Now I know everything about you. You're just you.
So good. But they get into the skill challenge.
Yep.
And Matt's setup of the skill challenge was a little confusing to me.
Okay.
Just because I don't know if he defined everything clearly enough up front. And I guess necessarily you don't have to. But
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. He said you got to get 4 successes. He asked out of how many tries. He said how many you want. But each time you fail, I roll on this encounter chart.
Yeah.
By the second roll, it was obvious the DC was at least 20.
Yes.
Because Bo succeeded on a 24 and Caduceus failed on a 19.
Which is pretty high.
Yes.
But I think
when you have people like not who use investigation and have reliable talent and
a plus 12, I think.
Yeah, because of expertise in it. Even with disadvantage, the lowest he can get is a 22.
Yeah. And odd. And see, this is okay. You've helped me identify my exact problem with it, with the skill challenge, and that was there was no direction to the players on deciding who was going to act.
Yeah, it was just who wants to act.
If you do this test, you can't do the next one, or to promote that different leadership position.
Right.
They were also loosey-goosey about getting aid.
Yeah. That was weird to me. That's what I didn't like about it. The aid and the guidance. It should have just been, no, you're doing this. This is your thing. You know.
Yeah.
You make the roll. Unless like just was like, I'm foregoing ever being the leader to cast guidance on whoever is leading, because each one wasn't like an action. It was like a stretch of time.
Right, and that points out one of the weaknesses of guidance.
Yeah.
That presumably each check was an hour of travel time. Guidance is good for a minute.
Yeah.
To Matt's credit, he said, if you're going to cast guidance, that means you have to be adjacent to him.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, no. When Ford was like, I'm going to use deception and mask him many faces.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. For me, he was pretty loose on the viability of actually using deception to, using a skill to find the place.
Well, I think especially when Ford took the lead.
Yeah.
I think it was at that point, it wasn't necessarily finding the place because they sort of knew the direction that they needed to go. It was, how do you
get through safely,
prevent bad things?
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And that's generally the way that I run those kind of things. When I say, how do you stop an encounter from happening?
Yeah.
How do you ensure this goes peacefully?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I also kind of wish that Matt had given them the DC up front.
Yeah.
But mostly that's so that we would have a concrete point of reference.
Right. I'm going to stand by it was easy enough to tell when Cat failed.
Yeah. Well, Snoopy Ace has a point that it could have been 18 and going over 20. And maybe there was a +2 or a +3 every time. as the steps. But my real concern was, we know that Bo's dad made this journey.
Yeah. So my interpretation is because he said,
what's he getting to roll 20s?
Yeah. Because he said, it's a DC. He's like, you got to hit the DC. If you use the same skill that's been used, the DC goes higher.
Yeah.
So that led me to believe that, okay, it's a base 20. Then if you use the same skill again, it'll go up from that point. I mean, it could have been going up each round anyway, but to me, there was no indicator that was what was happening.
Yeah.
Because the only indicator given was that if you use the same skill, the DC will go up.
Yeah. And I also wanted to talk about the fail state, which is something we talked about over dinner.
Yeah.
Where traditionally in a skill challenge, it's X number of successes before 3 failures, or before Y failures.
Yeah.
And Matt said you can try as many times as you need until you succeed 4 times, but every time you fail, I'm going to roll on a chart.
Yeah.
Because the fail state of this skill challenge was you're not going to get to the hut. It's how much of your resources are you going to expend?
Yeah.
Getting there. And the answer was a level of exhaustion, 3 hit points off their max, and
4 dead horses.
7 dead horses. I mean, let's be honest.
Let's be honest. And, I called that. I said, they have them, they're going to die.
Yeah. Expectations subverted. Wasn't the harpies this time. Despite Bo offering up one as sacrifice. It was the geyser.
Yep.
Killed 3 of them.
The acid geyser.
And Caleb cast seeming to make them look like more bounders, and they sent them home to the village.
Yeah.
So the villagers are going to see 4 more bounders coming into town at night.
Which they've seen the Korean riding.
Uh-huh. Yeah, those horses are dead horses.
Yes.
Either wildlife's going to kill them.
Which leads back to the argument I made when you were like, well, the villagers are well, the Mighty Nine had them, so they're dying.
Yes, Sprinkles is definitely dead.
Sprinkle is immortal.
I did love in the moment, I had a Jurassic Park moment when Caleb's offering the harpies the boba. And she and then he rolled the 1. She spits it out. And I was like, when the T-Rex, they're trying to tempt the T-Rex. Yeah. Harpies don't want to be fed. They want to hunt. Okay, so here's a question that I'm still struggling with.
Okay.
Why didn't the Mighty Nine start any of those fights?
Because I think it's the ones who don't typically start the fights that wanted to get in the fights. Typically the ones that are just like, I throw blows, are not Bo. It's pretty much the main 2.
Yeah, but like the harpies didn't present that big of a problem when they were on the ocean.
Right.
So they would have to know that they're not going to present that big of a problem now. I don't know. But the big one was the hag. Why they didn't kick the door down and go after her.
Right. Especially after the commune when they knew killing would
her.
end the curse.
Yeah.
And they still decided to haggle.
Yeah. As it happens, I'm very glad that they did.
Correct.
because we would not have gotten that epic moment at the end. But the other point in Jester getting MVP was Spiritual Guardians,
Yes.
which Caduceus copied. And they had the absolute best situation, 2 zones overlapping on creatures.
Yes.
So good. So much passive damage in that fight. But
With the Razor Hood bicorns.
yeah, unicorns with 2 horns. Well, they're not unicorns anymore. Yeah, but no, the biggest mechanical flub in that fight was Ford.
Okay.
And his Armor of Agathis. And Thursday night, when it happened, I was like, wait, what? Because he did damage twice. And I was like, but I thought, and on my rewatch, I confirmed it. The first hit he takes from the Harpies after he has the Armor of Agathis on, it did 25 hit points of damage.
So yeah, it would have only done damage that time.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So, did it matter? Probably not. That Harpy was dead its next turn anyway, from Jester's.
It would have been nice to see him use the Smite, though. Swing the Star Razor and use a 5th level Smite.
Well, he didn't have Smites yet.
Yeah, he does.
He's not a 2nd level paladin.
Yeah, he is. Their last level up was the 2nd level of Paladin. We talked about that when they leveled up, that he's got Smites now. They're level 11. He's 9 levels of Warlock, 2 levels of Paladin.
That's right. Yeah, in the moment, I keep forgetting that, they're 11th. Yeah.
So.
Wow, how long? Now I'm wondering how long it's going to be before he actually does it.
Before he uses the Smite?
Yeah.
Before he realizes he can use a 5th level Smite?
Yeah. Well, I think he realized that's why he did it. Because Travis did his research and found the Hexblade Paladin combo. So yeah, wow, I feel really bad for Travis now. But that comes back to why didn't they start the fight? Like, he knows he has these powers. Why not use them?
You know, to be fair, in the moment, you don't always remember all of your abilities.
That's true. Oh, that's very true.
There's been numerous times where I've taken a turn and been like, damn it, I should have used that ability.
Yeah.
I got that a level and a half. How long did I talk about Bo being able to run up walls or across water before she finally did it?
Yeah, it's true.
You know.
Another big thing in that fight, which was foreshadowed again in the tavern at the beginning, not drinking again.
Yep. I'm just going to spend all my actions. If he could have found a way to use his move action to truck, he would have done that too. And then his reaction, I'd take another set.
Yep. Yeah. That's. I wonder if that's going to affect anything going forward. Because since her confrontation with Jester, it's been on the back burner for Nott.
Yes, but in Nott's defense, she did finally give in to accept to become Veth again and went through that whole ordeal where she was very hesitant to because she didn't know how it would change her.
Right.
and then the spell failed, and now they're on the way to see the person who did this to her.
Yeah.
And you already have a history of alcoholism.
Yeah.
To be fair, you're going to drink at that point. I don't care who you are, you're going to drink.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if that goes anywhere further.
Right.
They finally get to the hut.
The hut.
And Matt's describing it. And off to the side, Laura is like, she mouths Baba Yaga, and she does like this. And I was like, yes, Laura, yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I mean, other than the chicken legs on the hut.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they could have been
under,
just,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So she was on top of it the whole episode.
Which she usually is.
Yeah. But I didn't catch it on my initial watch, or technically on my rewatch. It was when we were prepping for tonight's show. Caduceus says, I think any attempt at deceit will end badly.
Yeah.
And
Laura says, hold my beer.
Oh man, it's so good. They inspect the hut and they go in, and Ford casts see invisibility.
Yep. After
Getting up to the hut. I kind of wish, well, I think he kind of wishes that he had done it.
Yeah.
Further away as well, but it made for a tenser reveal when he waited until after.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh shit, we're in her house. She knows we're in her house. And she asks, which one of you was spying on me?
Yeah.
And everyone looks at Laura and she's like,
oh, yeah, I was like, it's going to point me out.
You guys are looking at me? Okay. Nope. And it was me. Ford convinces her, hey, we're here to talk.
Yep.
So she's like, all right, come inside one at a time. Which was a first sort of breaking of their whatever plan they may have had.
Yeah.
In confronting her. I kind of wish Matt had sent everyone away.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Just because the only reason I say that, and I didn't think that Thursday night, it was only in prepping for the show tonight. And it's because of Taliesin and Marisha during Laura's interaction. Because they started freaking out and trying to think of ways to interrupt.
Yeah.
And to Sam's credit, who was sort of my second MVP for the episode, a distant second, if I'm honest, said, let her do her thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, nobody was shitting bricks or anything when Bo was like, yeah, I'll leave all these motherfuckers.
Well, and I think part of it was Sam. You know, they say a game recognizes a game. Sam is known for his long cons and his, off-the-cuff stuff. I think he's like, okay, she's got something cooking. We need to let this play out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Success or fail, we need to let this play out.
Yeah.
And boy, was it ever a success.
Yeah. I have to give props to Ford.
Yes, Snoopy. I also want to know, because I think Taliesin had a plan there.
I disagree.
You have disagree, but I think both Taliesin and Liam had plans. You see Taliesin about to speak when Laura's like, "I go in there," and then he says, "Oh fuck." So I think he was going to step up, and right before Laura does that, the scene before, you see Caleb going through his cards. Oh,
Well,
what
and
am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Laura said to Liam, "The next time that door opens, throw a fireball in there."
Yes, but I don't think that was, I don't think he was looking up fireball. Of all the spells that Caleb has in his repertoire, fireball is not one that he has to look up.
Fair. Yeah.
I think he was being Caleb, and he was planning out, what am I going to do? How am I going to manipulate this? How am I going to use my new Dunamancy to give myself the edge?
Mm.
And he was planning something. And as soon as Laura says it, he puts things away, and he's like, all right.
Mm.
So I think they both had a plan for going in because they knew that they were coming up, because they didn't know Laura was going to step in and solo this encounter.
Yeah.
And so they were, and I think they both were like, okay, I've got an idea. Oh, she's going, okay, we've got to, I think Taliesin probably thought he had something clever. Obviously, by his reaction, not on the level that Laura did, but I think he felt he had something that would tip things in their favor.
Yeah. Well, I think it was probably, I'll pass to the grave her, and we hit her with everything we got. I think was what it was going to come down to. Or
I think that was everyone's plan B, the fireball and the path to the grave, and hopefully a smite, and flurry of bows, and
yeah.
But I think that was everyone's plan B. But I think everybody had a plan A with the interviews, as Travis called them.
I don't think that was plan A. I think.
Okay, not plan A, but plan. Okay, Ford committed us to doing it this way. Let's see what we've got.
It was
improv A.
Well, yeah. Well, and it was also, let's figure out what she's doing.
Yeah.
And that was the great moment. That was Ford's great moment in this episode. Checking in with Bo and not saying, look, you two have business with this woman.
Yeah. Do you want someone else to go first?
Yeah. We all could pretend, we all can all get our cards read or whatever. Do you want someone else to go first? And you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Find out what she's after.
And
he did.
Yeah.
He came out and he told him.
Intel.
He says, she wants fresh misery. And Bo says, all right. And goes in.
Yep.
And her interaction got some laughs. It was pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah. But basically offers herself up.
Offers a divorce from the world.
Yeah.
And I think a lot went into that offer.
Yeah.
I think brushing up with her self-destructive past.
Mm-hmm.
And having it recontextualized as that for her in front of her friends. Coming face to face with places that she was intimate with somebody in.
Mm-hmm.
With two women that she is attracted to
mm-hmm.
in the same room with her. Dyron. And the way Dyron lives. Because Dyron's refrain from the beginning has been, I work alone. You should be working alone.
Yeah.
These people are going to get you killed.
Well, and I think another big part of it, and Marisha said it herself, was Molly. And the lesson learned. Because the big lesson she learned from Molly, that she said at his funeral, that, when they talked, the couple nights before, was always try to leave a place better than when you got there. And that's what she was doing. She was trying to leave the Mighty Nine a little bit better than when she got there.
Yeah. Well, and I think Bo was trying to also clear her family.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to backfire because I don't think the hag knew about her little brother.
Yeah.
And I think her little brother is the price.
At least he is now.
Like in a weird, sick way. If he always wanted a boy, but had a girl, named her Beauregard because of the prophecy the witch had, maybe he was trying in some way to bait the hook with Bo.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know that Matt would go there.
I think he would because of how uncomfortable he was stepping into that character. I think that's a character he feels would go there.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, Snoopy, I would. Yes. But yeah, that's why I say that, like, everything that was because on Thursday, I had a real struggle trying to figure out why Bo offered that to begin with, because it's kind of out of the blue. Like, Caleb and Knott have both flirted with the idea of dumping these people in the past. But that kind of talk has long been put away.
And really for me, it clicked when Knott was like, what did you offer? What did you offer? And she kept going, what did you offer? This is it, and that's when she says, Molly's lesson. And she's trying to leave it better.
Yeah.
So
I sort of went down a conspiracy theory hole.
Okay.
Independent of character actions on the show. And I was like, what if Marisha got a part?
Mm-hmm.
And Bo needs to go away.
Oh.
And I was like, I mean, this is kind of a punch in the gut way to do it.
I don't know, because I don't know.
But this Thursday will be revealing because we don't have enough information to speculate on what's going to happen with Bo.
Right.
Because all of that was left unresolved at the end of the episode. And Jester was like, let's go. Gotta go.
Yes. Very much like other people have done.
Yeah.
Caleb is like, okay, guys, let's go. Let's talk about this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ford has done it. Bo has done it.
Jester's done it before.
Jester's done it.
But, yeah. But yes, not in her meeting. And I half expected her, especially when she asked, did you enjoy it? And she says, doing it? No. But everything after, very much.
Yeah.
I half expected not just...
Well, and I think Sam did too, because he said, I really wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That was right there.
Yeah.
That was one player choice away from happening.
So, my brain went to somewhere else. which, if they had negotiated the finer details of Knott's deal, I think the hag would have gone in my direction, which is Knott has to feed mothers, brothers, fathers, sisters, children of soldiers these pills, or take this tincture, or do this thing.
Start a soup kitchen.
Well, not a soup kitchen, but like a snake oil thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If take this or do this thing, and maybe your child will come back from the war. When he was offering tens of thousands of people, that's the only way you're going to get that kind of connection, is to just go town to town and be handing this stuff out. Oh, you have family in the guard. Here.
Yeah.
But she was thinking King Dwindle or the Bright Queen.
Sabotage the peace talks.
Yeah. I loved Liam's reaction to that. And then when they were talking about it, he's like, the Cerberus Assembly? Because he would have been on board for that, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then Yasha. Once again, Travis being my avatar at the table.
Yes.
During her interaction. Oh, man. Ashley's just...
Yeah, the way he perked up when she said, can you bring people back from the dead?
Yeah. But my favorite... the real thing was when the conversation started to turn in the violent direction.
Yeah.
And Travis is just in the corner like a cat. Oh, yeah. I was doing something similar. I was like, yeah, we're going to get to it now. And send the barbarian in to start the fight. That's what you do. But she backed off.
And offered her book of pressed flowers.
Yeah. Which was an interesting juxtaposition.
Yeah.
From asking, can you bring someone back, to offering the thing that you were...
saving for them.
Yeah. Well, to offer at their grave.
Yeah.
Do you think that Yasha has a glimmer of hope that maybe Caduceus or Jester could bring her back?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think her thing is making peace with the fact that she's dead, that they're all dead because of her. Bringing back is more Caleb's thing, because he's trying to erase what he did. She's trying to learn to accept and live with what she did.
I don't know that Yasha has any guilt slaughtering her people. Her guilt associated with that whole thing...
I don't know that she has guilt.
...was
she
that
has
she
remorse.
ran. She ran and left her to die.
Yeah. She has guilt over that. She doesn't have guilt over slaughtering people. She does have remorse. And you still have to learn to live with what you did with remorse.
We haven't had the discussion yet to be able to make that distinction, but I think her misery around all that is that she didn't save her partner, whose name I'm blanking on. Zula, thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing. But I do think, there's got to be remorse there.
I think, so here's how I see it building. This is the first time she has floated the idea to anyone, I think. Can you bring someone back?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Yasha was there when Not was brought back from the dead. And she was there when Caduceus was brought back. But I think Travis was playing her. Jaegering her.
Yeah.
They are not yet of the level that they can cast the big raise dead spells.
Right.
But if the campaign goes on that long, they will be. And I think it goes like, can you do it? And if they do it, and it does work, and she does come back, I think that is the point that Yasha will have to deal with slaughtering the village.
Okay.
Because it will be, what did you do? Kind of thing. And whether or not Matt plays with the idea that the dead watch over us, or the dead know what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
How much in that space,
right?
He can play in, and where Caleb wants to undo his mistake through time magic, Yasha can get what she wants with the cleric and diamonds, which is to have Zula back.
Right.
So, I mean, only time will tell.
Yeah.
But Jester.
All right, I go in.
Oh, yes. And she goes in her typical bubbly self. And I love the asides from Marisha and Travis. It's like, is there like an anti-suffering? Does she suffer damage? It's like, too sacred.
Is it like positive energy on an undead?
Yes. But she had been planning that.
Oh yeah.
For probably 20 minutes.
For at least since Ford went in.
No.
Yes.
Since Bo came out.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was after Bo came out and Not went in. And she was like, oh, this isn't going to happen. Okay. I'm going to have to do this.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Because on my first watch, I was like, where did this come from? And then on my rewatch, I was watching her. And she's digging through things.
Yeah.
Basically, when she talks about giving up a hand, I think that was the beginning of that.
Yeah, okay.
And when Caleb said, no, you'll have to give up your ability to do art.
Yeah.
So I think at that point she's like, okay, I can tempt her with that. And then I don't know what was the kernel that she started her plan on.
Mm-hmm.
But it was around that point, I think, that she started doing this. And it was almost like she had written it and given Matt a script.
Yeah.
Because everything, it was Palpatine level, everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, cute little old me. Well, I was going to...
I can play piano. You want to play you something?
And Matt's like, she starts to drool. And like, you can sort of see a spark in Laura's eyes. Got him!
Yep. And she's like, holds up the hand. since I'm giving up my hands and this would be my last chance, can I just have a cupcake?
Well, she laid the foundation for that by saying, "How am I gonna eat?"
Yeah.
That so good. See me? I'm using my fingers to break the thing.
Do you want half?
Matt
Yeah,
says,
that's got the dust of.
Matt says, make a persuasion check. 24,
Yeah.
I think is what she got. And Matt says she takes it. And she eats it. And she's like, that has the dust of tastelessness. Or dust of deliciousness. And he's like,
okay. Remind me what it does? It makes it good. And
disadvantage on wisdom checks and saving throws.
So then I cast Modify Memory.
And, like, there's such a pregnant pause.
Yes.
After she says that Matt's waiting for something.
Yeah, and then I cast
Modify
Memory.
And Travis at the table goes, I'm sweating. He's listening.
And Taliesin. So great.
And I love that Taliesin is explaining to Ashley what the spell can do, I think.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that...
I think he's pointing out to her it's what Scanlan did more than once.
I mean, maybe.
As an example, of what he can do.
But yeah. And then Ashley's sort of, it's dawning on her as Laura is explaining what she's altering the memory of. So good. Now, there's arguably a better way. Well, not even, that's not accurate either. Because in the moment, I was like, well, why didn't you just alter her memory to say that you, like, gave up your hands, but she's letting you keep them to increase your suffering, kind of a thing. But it creates a problem of evidence and blah, blah, blah.
And the tethering.
Right. What she did was arguably cleaner in the sense that there's not going to be any physical hints that she was messed with. But yeah, so good. And the wording of the spell is just perfect for someone like Jester.
Yeah.
Because the mind fills in the gaps.
Yep.
Now, Matt was like, I gotta digest this, I gotta chew on this, I gotta think about this. And that she basically swindled somebody who has made their long life living
out of swindling.
Yeah. And so she said that she modified her memory, that she's willing to break this curse on naught because she had such a good time with Jester.
Yes. Because it's been so long since she's had any genuine company.
If we were wrong and this hag is not part of a coven, does the hag now think that she did this to potentially attract a coven sister?
Possibly.
Because hags don't have to form covens with other hags.
Nope. Just other like-minded spellcasters.
Yep. So, while they're worried, as Travis put it, that we have Rakshashan this, and that this is going to be a problem down the road, and she's going to come kill us, or do whatever to us, I think it's more fun that Matt takes it in the direction that
Jester all of a sudden gets sendings. Hey, when are you going to come back?
Yeah.
I got this great idea for us.
Yeah. And she wants to, I want you to be part of my coven. We can do great things.
We can start a coven.
We can dedicate it to the Traveler.
Yeah.
Because Jester mentioned
And
the
now-
Traveler.
And now Jester is going to get all the sendings that she's been sending to others.
Yeah. But yeah, so I kind of hope that that's the direction it goes. Not because even if the hag realizes she had the spell casted on her, she may think, I can get more use out of someone like that
Yeah.
than trying to confront them.
Yeah, sometimes when you're bested at your own game, you're like, respect, let's team up.
Yeah, exactly. So, which would allow Matt to potentially expand on what the hags are doing in the Marrow Valley. Another point that Kiona is a hag was in this episode, because the player's like, what's with all these people when the... And he's like, well, Kiona, you just kind of met. This one's been planned.
Yeah.
That's making another solid connection between the two creatures.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, well, I think, at least we knew, I think most people did, that Kiona was a hag from her first description.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, next week.
Yeah. How long do they do the spell?
Yeah.
You think right away?
Yeah. Because they're worried, what if she finds out? What if she...
Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Let's get this done before it's too late.
I think that will be the argument of everyone else. But I don't think they're leaving that mountain yet. Because, and I think this is what Marisha was processing after that. Because she was the one that was like the most like in shock and not seeming, she was not happy about that resolution at all. And I think, okay, it's great that Not is freed, but she hadn't... The more she stewed in her offer, I think the more she fixated on the idea that TJ was the real...
Yeah. Well, I think she realizes that with that resolution that happened, her offer, which could have potentially cleared her family, is now off the table.
Yeah.
And even if she doesn't realize she's been hoodwinked, well, they got the better of me.
Yeah, well, and the
I'm going to take it out on the friends.
Well, the hag straight up said, no, I'm not giving you your family. That deal's done. It's going to run its course.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Bo is going to say, look, it's all well and good that you're free, but I don't think I can leave now with this hanging over TJ.
Yeah. So do you think they go back and kill her?
I think so.
All right.
I think 60-40. If they don't go back to kill her, then Bo is going to feel a sense of urgency to get back, I think. Or they will stop by the Lionette homestead, and Bo's going to say, Dad, this is what's up. She's a hag, and here's what you need to know to actually protect the family. Because these little jade trinkets aren't going to do it.
Yeah. Which I was kind of sad we didn't see anything with that, because I really wanted to know about her tattoo.
Yeah. So yeah. And I think we make a mad dash for the menagerie.
Yeah.
In either case, whether they confront the hag and fight her now, or they hit the lionettes, but they're...
Dash
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tonight on Talks is
Taliesin and Ashley.
we will see you guys next week.
I guess.